Hello, everyone. I'm Dr. Priscilla of Speak Excellent English. I am going to read for you today a story about events taking place in Milan. Now, this is going to be a very interesting story. It is taken from Breaking News English. Your task, should you agree to accept, is to follow along. Listen to my voice as I read and enunciate words, after which you will find that there are at least 10 vocabulary words that I want you to focus on and be able to use at least 3 of them in your return, which is the challenge of retelling the story as best as you can remember. So part of what you're expected to do is listen very carefully, enunciate the words very carefully as you reread the story. But first, I will read the story. Again, I'm Dr. Priscilla, and welcome to today's class. I'll start by sharing my screen. Now, as I pull up the screen that I want you to view with me, it is entitled, Milan Wants to Ban Takeaway Food After Midnight. It is important that you understand what the word ban actually means. The word ban means to do away with something, to not allow this something to take place again. So here we are now with our shared screen. Milan wants to ban takeaway food after midnight. If you're anything like me, leftovers are really super good. And I love takeaway food because if you go to some restaurants, you're going to receive more food than you can actually eat in that one sitting. So let's find out what they want to do and why in Milan. This is the 25th of April, 2024. The Italian city of Milan wants to introduce a law to ban the sale of takeaway food after midnight. The reason for this is to help local residents sleep. Many people have complained to the local government about the noise on the streets at night. There are often large and noisy groups of late night revelers in downtown Milan. Local officials have decided to ban all takeaway food and drink in 12 districts of the city. Some of these areas are well known for their wild nightlife. The takeaway ban means people would not be able to buy pizza or ice cream after 12:30 a.m. on weekdays and after 1:30 a.m. at weekends and on public holidays. It would come into effect from mid-May and last until November. Milan's deputy mayor explained why the ban was important. He said, the goal is to seek a balance between socializing and entertainment and the peace and tranquility of residents. However, there are also many people who oppose the ban. A spokesperson for an Italian retail association said, the ban on post-midnight food and drink would not stop the noise. He said, a rule banning people from drinking a bottle of water or eating an ice cream or pizza while taking a stroll won't solve a thing, as people will still stay outside. He asked, do you think a 25-year-old is going to go home at the stroke of midnight simply because they can't get a takeout? He added, what about tourists who want to eat ice cream. Now, those are some interesting questions that were posed by perhaps a person who has a restaurant or a well-meaning citizen who enjoys being out late at night and might enjoy a pizza or an ice cream. Let's look at the vocabulary words now. There are 10 of them. Introduce, residents, officials, districts, last, important, seek, oppose, stroll, simplify. Now over to the right of these words are some suggested synonyms. Synonyms are words that are similar to another word. For example, the word introduce could be similar to start. And we are going to find out what these 10 words might mean as it relates to the article. So here we have the word introduce. The Italian city of Milan, and they're not in alphabetical order, that's good, wants to introduce. Here we have the word introduce. So what is it that they wish to introduce? They want to share some information or start some information. A law to ban the sale. The word ban means to do away with. The sale of takeaway food after midnight. With the word takeaway, that means that once you place your order, your food arrives at your table or the place in which you're wanting to eat. Once you're done, if you have leftovers, you are not going to be able to perhaps take it with you, or at least you will not be able to order something to take out of the restaurant past the hours that are suggested for closing. The reason that is given is that the residents would like to sleep, and the residents most likely are the citizens of the city. Many people have complained. When people complain, that means that they are in disagreement of something. And in this case, in this instance, they are in disagreement about the noise level in the streets at night. So there are often large and noisy groups of late night revelers. Revelers in this sense is a group of people or people who are loud, make lots of noise at night, which might in fact disturb some people that are sleeping. So what the local officials have done is decided to ban all takeaway food and drink in 12 of the districts. And it appears that some of these districts are well known for their wild nightlife. Wild nightlife is very engaging, interactive, and perhaps quite noisy. The takeaway ban means people would not be able to buy pizza or ice cream after a certain time, and this would include weekends and holidays. Milan's deputy mayor explained why the ban was important, and he said that the goal is to seek a balance. A balance means that he wants to make it plausible for people who want to sleep, and people who want to engage in exciting and stimulating activities to be able to do so. However, those activities that are stimulating and exciting must be done between the given hours. A rule banning people from drinking bottled water or eating ice cream or pizza while taking a stroll is something that someone is saying that that is not going to stop people from being active on the streets. Now, let's look at the vocabulary words here. If this was a live class, I would ask for a volunteer to try and retell the story using the vocabulary words, at least 3 of the vocabulary words. I'm going to try and retell the story. It isn't necessary for me to use the vocabulary words in the order in which they're presented, but I will use the vocabulary words and retell the story. So a bill has been introduced to prevent individuals from perhaps buying pizza and ice cream or just ordering takeout late at night. Those individuals seeking to implement this ban is using this as a last resort to balance the way people are living and interacting while some are sleeping and some are trying to prepare for work the next day. And then there are those who really just want to have fun. So officials have implemented a ban simply to control the noise level. Even if individuals are just strolling the streets, they want the noise level to be reduced. There are people who are opposing this ban and feel that it is just as important for young people to enjoy themselves as it is for those in some districts that would rather, let's say, have their sleep. So the residents are against the ban. Not actually, some residents are for the ban, and they believe that it will serve the public in good manner if they could just discontinue those late night takeouts. So there you have it. You have the lesson, you have the story, you have the vocabulary words. Now your goal is to try to use these 10 words in some sentence. But my challenge for you is to just use 3. For those individuals who will actually write a sentence or a scenario using the 3 vocabulary words, at least 3 vocabulary words, you will be invited to a live class. And there we will actually work on developing your fluency, your enunciation, and define how well you are listening to what you have listened to. If you enjoyed this lesson today, please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. Today's topic, Milan wants to ban takeaway food after midnight. Again, it is my pleasure to present this type of lesson for you. I'm Dr. Priscilla. If you're listening to this as a replay, please let me know that you're listening to this as a replay. And if you'd like to join the live classes, let me know that as well, because I will have more live YouTube classes and you are most welcome to participate. Thanks so much. We'll talk again. Bye for now.